In 2016, the Seventh-day Adventist Church accepted an invitation from the president of Rwanda to start a medical school. By 2019, the Adventist School of Medicine of East Central Africa, or ASOME, opened its doors with a clear mission view.
And with the motto of I will go preach, I will go teach, I will go heal, they go through their various courses with the lecturers that are very much enthusiastic and involved in making sure that they have appropriate training for them to become those leaders that we expect from them for the future.
Students from all over Africa are learning and experiencing Adventist education here. The school offers a 6-year program, plus a 1-year internship. Students also receive certifications, such as health leadership.
If you take a look around or you take a tour around the school, you'll find that the school is equipped with high techs, and all these things are for a better doctors like us. The way they're teaching us is not only like to know things academically, but we are also being trained to be the best leaders in the future and also now. Any lecturer that comes in class, the first thing they do is prayer and they read a verse from the Bible. I have already seen a great future in me and a doctor that will become in future, because its mission is to train highly qualified medical doctors, and these medical doctors will be providing holistic, Christ-like services to the communities.
Currently, ASOME is located inside the campus of the Adventist University of Central Africa, where there are only 4 faculty houses. The faculty includes both local and international professors. The school is growing, and more faculty will come over the next few years. There is a need for adequate housing, a place where they can live on campus while being part of student life.
No, unfortunately, we are living outside because we don't have a house right now to live inside. Living 100% here will be very and totally different because we can share all time with the students.
Building faculty housing on campus is a top priority, as there is a direct connection between the faculty's proximity to the students and the students' social, spiritual, and intellectual growth.
The benefit of having professors within the campus is unique. You have more access to your students. Your students have more access to you. You model to the students. The students get to see what's being modeled, not only as a health professional, but in your own lifestyle. So having a Sabbath worship, having a Friday worship, having a weekend worship, be it in the morning or in the evening with a student, having lunch or dinner with them, and where they can come and see what's happening. It's a completely different scenario when you have faculty living within the campus to having them outside.
The 13th Sabbath offering this quarter will help schools in the East Central Africa region, including Asome. Please pray for the students and faculty at this school. Pray that they can become influential health leaders in their communities through quality education.
Thank you for supporting the 13th Sabbath mission offerings for Asome. God bless you.
Here we are in a room with the letter B on the door. I guess we're supposed to learn something about health that begins with the letter B in here. But all I see is a whole lot of nothing. No furniture, no swimming pool, no arrows, not even any pictures on the wall. Nothing.
Yeah, what are we supposed to learn from nothing?
Ask Bill. I sit across from him in math class. He learns nothing all the time.
I'll have you know that I learn nothing better than anyone else in class.
Hey, TNB, what's with this room? There's nothing here.
Can you be healthy?
Can I be healthy? Well, sure. Anyone can be healthy. Or at least healthier than we are now. Isn't that what this castle is all about?
How? How can you be healthier?
Well, by making better choices, exercising and drinking liquids, cleaning up the environment, stuff like that.
Why do you think that is true?
Because that's the way God made us, to live healthy. That's what the pastor at church said. He also told us that people who go to church worship, pray, and are kind to others even live longer than those who don't.
Why do people go to church?
Because they believe in God. Everybody knows that.
Is God real?
What do you mean, is God real? Of course he's real.
How do you know?
Because I believe in him. He made me. He knows what's best for me.
Wait, what did you say?
I said God knows what's best for me.
No, before that.
I said I believe in God.
Say it again.
I believe in God. I believe. Believe! That's the B, isn't it? To enjoy the best health possible, we need to believe in God, even though we can't see him. Sometimes he's like this empty room, but we have to believe that he made us. He knows what's best for us. And when we love and obey him, we get healthier and healthier.
Shasha, you've got it. To be healthy, we have to believe.
You
Earlier on, the Dead Sea Scrolls.
One day in 1947, a Bedouin boy called Muhammad the Wolf was minding some goats near these cliffs along the shores of the Dead Sea. Now these goats are very agile and are able to climb incredible heights in search of the tender green tufts of grass that grow in springtime among the pebbles and sand of this desert region. One of the shaggy goats that Muhammad the Wolf was minding chanced to stray from the rest of the flock. While searching for this aggravating animal, he noticed a small cave in the rocky cliffs that he hadn't noticed before. Thinking that his goat may have taken shelter in the cave from the blistering summer heat, Muhammad picked up a stone and threw it into the cave. But the sound that came back to him was not the familiar echo of stone striking stone. He was startled to hear the strange echoing sound of shattering pottery. Panic-stricken, he rushed away in fear of evil spirits. But was it an evil spirit, or was it gold?
And now, part 2 of the Dead Sea Scrolls by Pastor Gary Kent.
Now, Muhammad the Wolf belonged to a group of smugglers from the Tamara tribe who were trying to get their livestock and other goods out of Jordan and into Palestine. They were on their way to Bethlehem to sell their goods on the black market. They detoured far south to the northern shores of the Dead Sea to avoid crossing the Jordan Bridge, which customs officers guarded with guns. And they'd set up camp at Ain Fashka, the desert oasis near the ancient ruins of Qumran. These nomadic Arab people inhabit the vast desert regions of the Middle East and have a culture of herding camels and goats. These animals comprise their livelihood and are used for meat, dairy products, and wool. The Bedouin travel from place to place looking for water and grazing for their animals. Because they have to be mobile, they carry all their worldly possessions with them as they travel. They live in large tents that they pitch when they find a suitable location. The tents are made by hand of goat and sheep hair and provide ideal shelter in the desert. Its loosely woven material lets air come in and the smoke out, so the tent is pleasant in summer. However, on rare occasions when it rains, the fibre gets swollen and the tent becomes waterproof. So these grand desert tents are ideal for the Bedouins' nomadic lifestyle and function well in all conditions. That night, as Muhammad the Wolf sat in the family tent, he told his cousin of his experience. The boys were intrigued by possibilities of what the cave may contain. What was in there? What secrets lay hidden in its dark interior? The next morning found the boys on the mountainside at the cave. Dreaming of a trove of hidden treasure, the boys squeezed through the narrow opening and dropped into the cave. To their amazement, they discovered that there was a collection of large, dust-covered pottery jars standing on the floor of the cave. Eagerly, the boys removed the lids. Imagine their disappointment when they discovered that the jars contained only rolls of old leather covered with strange writing, all carefully wrapped in cloth and blackened by age. They had hoped to find a hoard of treasure of gold and silver, But instead, they found brittle old scrolls that were not much use for anything. They were deeply disappointed. But actually, they had found treasure, even though they didn't know it. They had found the treasures now known as the Dead Sea Scrolls. On that legendary day, not realizing their value or significance, the disappointed Bedouin boys stuffed the 3 scrolls into their shirts and took them back to camp, hoping they might get a bit of money for them in Bethlehem. During the next couple of weeks, the boys discovered 4 more scrolls in the cave and a couple of unbroken scroll jars. Over the next few months, the scrolls hung from the tent poles in the Bedouin camp. Eventually, the Bedouin took the scrolls and 2 jars to a shopkeeper and cobbler friend in Bethlehem by the name of Kando. At first, no one was interested in the dirty old scrolls. An employee of the Department of Antiquities called them worthless. Kando decided to buy 4 of the ancient scrolls. He felt that if nothing else, they may have some use as leather for shoe repairs. The remaining 3 scrolls were sold to an antiquities dealer named Salahi. Kando then resold the 4 scrolls he had to Archbishop Samuel, head of the Syrian Orthodox monastery of St. Mark's in Jerusalem. The journey of the scrolls then becomes stranger than fiction, truly amazing. A Hebrew University professor, Eliezer Sukenik, heard about the scrolls and set out to investigate the significance of the discoveries. It was extremely dangerous. Arab-Jewish tensions were high as the modern state of Israel was emerging. But Sukenik was prepared to risk everything for the scrolls. He traveled to meet an Armenian antiquities dealer at the British divided military zone on the Jerusalem border. In this clandestine meeting, the dealer held up a fragment of leather for the Jewish professor to examine. As Sukenik peered through the barbed wire, he immediately recognized the ancient Hebrew writing. Eager to see more, Sukenik traveled with the dealer to Arab Bethlehem to see Salahi, who had the first 3 scrolls. He was amazed to see the Hebrew scrolls and agreed to purchase 3 of them. It was the first time the scrolls had been read for 2,000 years.
I just learned something new from someone I never expected to learn anything from. Revelations 12:12 says, "Rejoice, O heavens, and be exceedingly glad. But woe unto the earth, because the devil has been cast down." So heavens, rejoice. Earth, don't rejoice so much as the heavens. Why? Because the devil is no longer in heaven. Now he is on earth. The text goes on to say he is filled with great wrath because he knows that he has a short time. The devil is already a wrathful person, but this time he's filled with more wrath because he knows that he has a short time. A short time until what? Or until when? Until Jesus comes, destroys the world, and creates a new world. You see, he knows that Jesus is coming again soon. He knows about the second coming. Because he knows that Jesus is coming, he works hard. He doesn't waste time. And what does he do? Verse 13 says, he went and he persecuted the woman. That's the church. He puts all his effort into distorting, distracting, diffusing, dismantling, decapitating the church and individuals so that we will not be ready when Jesus will come, and so that we will not help others prepare for the coming of Jesus. It looks like the devil lives according to the light he has received. He's faithful to the light that he has received. What do you do with the time that you have? I think we should be more faithful with the light that we have received. We need to use our time wisely. We need to invest it in things that will help us grow and help advance the three angels' message. I hope and I pray that from today, you will invest your time wisely. This is what I learned from someone I never expected to learn anything from. And I hope that you will take this valuable lesson with you. God bless you.
We want to thank you for joining us this evening. We hope you were blessed. If you need prayer or Bible study, or you want to be baptized, just take a snapshot of the QR code with your phone and fill out our connection card, or call the number on the screen. Until next time, God be with you all.